Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to create this user authentication flow where a user can sign up and sign in, just the entire flow, verification of email using Next.js, Firebase and some other tools like NextUI, Zod, React Hook Form, React Osify. If you don't know what all of these tools do, I'm just going to go over it very quickly. Next.js is a framework, is a React framework. NextUI is a modern UI library for creating fast and beautiful components. Firebase is a platform for managing backend services like authentication, database hosting. React Hook Form is a library for managing form state and validation in React. React Tostify is a library for displaying customizable notification in React application, and Zod is a TypeScript first schema validation library. So let's get right into it. So first things first, we start by creating our new Next.js app. We use our command npx create next app. We are creating like the latest version of the Next.js app, and let's name this user auth. Let's name the project user auth. Okay, all right. Would you like to use TypeScript? Yes. No. Yes. Would you like your code inside the src directory? Yes. Yes. Turbo pack? No. Would you like to? No. Okay, let's wait for it to install. All right, success. Our application is ready. Let's open up in VS Code. Okay, so we have our application in VS Code. Move to the next step. So of course we install all of the needed tools. So I have it all here. I'm installing NextUI, React Hook Form, Resolver, Zod, React Hook Form, React Tosify, and Firebase. I'll drop this command in the description box. So let's install everything. While that is installing, let's create our Firebase project. So you have to create a project on Firebase. Let's do that very quickly. Come here, create a new project, and let's give it the name user auth. User auth. Let's go down, continue, select my default Firebase account. Let's create the project. Firebase is creating our project. Let's check our installation in VS Code. All of the tools are installed. I have some pure dependency that was overridden here. Okay, let's get started. This is our app folder. This is my SRC. This is my landing page. This is my layout. Let me set up the toast container in the layout so that can work for. Usually you would create like a app provider file or something, but yeah, we can set this up in our layout. So here we import toast container from React Tosify, and then you just try to wrap your entire app body with this. So right after the children here, let's just paste the toast container component here so that we can use it everywhere in our page, in our app, so we can be able to use it in the sign up, in the sign in, and all. So we have that set up already. Let's check out our Firebase project is ready. Continue. Okay, so project overview to get all of the details we need to set up our Firebase. Let's create an app first. We create a web app in our Firebase project. Register the name. Let's call it user auth as well. User auth. So register the app. All right. So we'll continue to console. So this is our app configuration. We have everything here that will be using the API key, the auth domain, project ID, app ID, and all of those stuff. So we set it up. Let me create a simple service folder here in my SRC, my source folder. Let's just create it. service folder here, services. This one is creating inside app. I don't like this thing. Let me bring this out. Move. Let me move this back in. All right. Just delete this. All right. So we have services inside SRC. So I'm just going to create my firebase.ts here, and let's start implementing that. So first things first, import initialize app from Firebase, and then you keep it moving. Import get, do we need this? We just need the auth, to be fair. So const Firebase config rather, API key. Okay, so we are going to be saving all those keys in an env file. Or domain, project ID. So process.env, that means it's going to be getting it from the env file and the app ID. Okay, all right. So const app equals to initialize app firebase config, and const export db. Okay, but we need the authentication itself. All right, so we have our authentication and we have exported it from our firebase.ts. Let's create the env file. Let me create an env file here, .env, that will house all of our, so I have my process. No, sorry, let me just copy and paste this from here and get it done somewhere. Okay, so let's start copying our keys. The reason why I'm exposing these keys because it's a test project. So like my API key here, let me remove the A here, my auth domain here, go here, and then the project ID here, storage bucket. To be fair, we do not need all of those, but storage bucket, copy and paste. This has a U in front, and paste this messaging sender ID. Let me just bring everything here because I can't be going back and forth. And then the app ID, and then the measurement ID. All right, so we are finished setting up our .env, and we are using the values here in our config, Firebase config here in our firebase.ts. So we set up the Next.js app. We have set up our Toastify, we've set up Firebase, we have created our Firebase project, we have configured it. Let's move on to the next step. So next step, let's set up our email password authentication on Firebase. So let's set up authentication here. All right, get started, and then you choose your sign-in method. For this video, we are using email and password sign-in, so we enable that. We're not using passwordless. Save. All right, so email and password provider is enabled, and let's go back to our code and create another file in our services. Let's call this auth.ts. This file will contain all of our authentication functions and all. So let's start by importing what we need from Firebase auth. We need the create user with email password from Firebase auth. Okay, 1 minute. So from the Firebase authentication is instance, we importing some authentication functions that we need. We need sign in with email and password. We need send email verification because we want to send a verification email to our new user. We need the sign out function as well, all from Firebase auth. Let me drop this down so that this can be very readable. All right, all from Firebase auth, and then let's import the auth instance, the authentication instance itself. Format this. Okay, and now let's start to create our function. We are starting with the sign up function because we are going to export it out of this file. After this file, yes. So we are exporting export sign up. So this will be an async function. It takes in the email and the password, and of course, shout out to ChatGPT anyway. I mean Copilot rather. So yeah, we have our try catch block here. So we have the user credentials, and we are using this function create user with email and password. We are sending in our auth instance, email, and our password, and we are sending the verification email to the user credential. And I think we should just let's return user credentials dot user. So let's return the user detail, and that's our sign up function. Let us write our sign in function. It's very much straightforward. Const sign in will also be an async function, takes an email and password. Usually our sign up should take more than this, but maybe the username, the agenda, or any other detail. But because it's just we want to get the authentication flow to work, we're just going straight to that. So we have our try catch block here as well. User credential, await sign in with email and password. We send it and then we return user credential. So the last function is our sign out, our logout function. Export const logout. Also an async function, doesn't take in any parameter, and it signs out the auth instance, signs out the user with this sign out function from Firebase Authentication instance. So we have all of our three functions set up here. Let's move on to our let's run this. We haven't Let's run this. Okay, for Next.js, this Next 15, we are going to have to use install. If you don't have Node.js, Node 18, you have to install that. So we are using nvm 18.18.0, sorry, nvm use 18.18.0 and npm run dev. Okay, let's run this. Okay, so all right, so this is our landing page. This is the default from Next.js. Let's just change it. Let me remove stuff here. Let's take out everything here and just return a simple if that says h2. This is home. We're not concentrating on this for now, but yeah, you can see this has changed. Now we have this is home. Let's go back. Let me remove this. All right, now let's create our sign up page. Let's create our sign up page in our app. Create a sign up folder, and inside it we have our page.tsx. In our page.tss, we declare this a use client. The use client is going to be a client component because we're going to use use state and all of that. So import use state, import use form. So we are using use form from React hook form, and then we are importing Z from Zod. We are using Zod here. All right, we are also using the Zod resolver. Let's import the Zod resolver. Okay, and yeah, we are importing our inputs component from NextUI. We are importing our button from NextUI. So we are importing button inputs. We are importing a card component, the card body, because NextUI uses a card body, card header. I'm going to put in the link to the documentation to all of the tools I used in the description box. And we have our form, all from NextUI. All right, so let's import link because we have to use our link as well. I think let's just use the link from NestLink. Oh my god, let's use the link from NestLink as well. Sorry, this is not supposed to have curly braces. We're using the link from NestLink, and let's get started. So let's create our components. Export const sign up page. Okay, we declare the schema, so we need to have our schema z.object. So we are using full name, even though we are not really using that, but let's take that. Our full name has to be two words. So your first name, your last name, it must have at least 2 characters. So it's z.string the minimum 2, actually not minimum 3, z.string minimum 2, where we need 2 characters, and then the error message will be full name must be, sorry, full name should be at least 2 character, or let's say must be at least 2 characters. And we have our email, so we check if it's an email. If it's not, you give this message, email invalid email address. And then we have our password. Our password should be at least 6 characters. Usually we might want to like put in more requirements here. Maybe it should have 1 alphabet or 2 numbers or whatever, but let's just keep things simple here. And the type of form data, we infer the schema. All right, let's start something. Yeah, for our UI, we want a card that sits in the middle of the page. We want an header, we want a card, we want a form. The form is in the card, the inputs are in the form. So let's start with, okay, let's have a mother div first. This is not correct, so let's take this out for now. There's no sign up form. We're not creating another component for that, just to save our time. So let's start this a bit. Let's give it flex, item center, justify center. Let's give it minimum height screen, and maybe background black. Okay, so let's navigate to our sign up here. Sign up. Okay. Are you rolling? Okay. Sorry, this is incorrect. Export default. Yeah, this should work now. All right, so we have our sign up here in the middle of our page. So let's start the card. Let's have a card now, and we have the card header that has, it should not be sign up. Let's give it create account, and let's give it a little bit more styling. Create an account. And for our card body, let's put in the form, and we have our form component from NextUI, and then we start the form and have like a submit function on the form. We would have a submit function, but we have not created that. So let's give the form some, do the flex call. Okay, let me remove this for now because we haven't created a submit function. And let's give this a test gray 600. Let me edit our, okay, let's give this max width, and the shadow Excel is okay. We'll give some shadow. Let's give it a background white. Let's give some padding 6. See, okay. All right, let's give this some tailwind classes too. Text to Excel. Let's give it font bold so that it can be visible. Just gray 800. All right, we're getting somewhere. All right, our header, let's centralize test center, and for the card body, give this some padding y6. All right, so for our body, we have the form. We're going to have our inputs from NextUI. Type test, label. Do we need a placeholder? I'm still going to have to change all of this, but let's start with our function. We have our schema already. We have our form data type. So let's declare the function. Let's declare a loading state first of all. It's loading, start loading. Then now, okay, so we're using our use form from React took form, and we have the register, we have our undo, submit. Let's bring in our reset too. We'll need that to reset the form. Okay, all right, so now let's create our submit function. So submit will be an async function that takes in the form data. For now, let's just console.log the form data. So this inputs, I need it to 1 minute. So let's grab the code sample from NextUI so we don't go. Okay, let's be our inputs. All right, so we have the input for the full name here. Let me just copy and paste this. For the full name, for email, the error message being another paragraph, to be fair. I think that will be better. So we have full name, password, this be passwords. My password come after email. All right, so we're getting somewhere. Let's check what we have. We have the full name. We have full name 2 times. Why? Okay. All right, and all of our inputs are required. Let's put the error messages at the back after each. So if there's error dot, let this be test small, text sm. The same thing should go for email. If your email has an error, and if your password, a password as well. So like there's going to be an error message if the input is not correct. All right, so at the very last end we'll have our button. Our button also came from NextUI, so we're using the button from NextUI. Button, this is actually is loading. There's an is loading prop from NextUI button, and then let's use our color. The color be success. The size is LG, not large. LG. And NextUI doesn't have auto, but I think it has a type summit. All right, let's give it some. I'm not sure this will work, but let's check it out. What do we have? Why is our input so ugly? Oh my god. I don't think we have the latest input from NextUI. I think the input was updated, so we might have to install the latest one because this is not looking, yeah, this is looking ugly. I feel like I should position my camera properly. All right, so I want to install the latest inputs from NextUI, and this should be import inputs, because this input we have is, I'm not sure this is too ugly. All right, so we have input from NextUI. Let's see if that makes a difference. All right, okay, all right, this is absolutely better. And even our button, oh my god, we should have just installed it individually. Let's install the button as well. Okay, so our button looks quite normal now. All right, let's get back here. Let me close this up. Okay, so button sign up. Let's just have a small tiny test here under that says have an account, then our link. If you have an account, then you should just sign in. Let's link the sign in page, even though we have not created it. Let's just link it here. So let's link the sign in page, sign in. All right, so let's complete our submit function. We import sign up. Let's import the sign up function from our auth.ts, exactly, from our service auth.ts. Remember, we created our sign up function here, so let's import it so that we can use it in our sign up page. So let's complete the submit function with that. First things first, set loading true, and then we have a try catch finally block. Try, then we await sign up data email, data.email and data.password. Our error should have a type error here. All right, or perhaps a type any. Okay, we should use our toast here. Import toast from React Toastify. Okay, so let's, in the try block, if this is successful with toast the success account created successfully, please verify your email. Let's add please verify your email, because remember, we are sending a verification email. In our auth.ts, we have this line, send verification email, that we send the email. So please verify your email, and if there's an error and it is not successful, let's toast.error.message, and then let's have a finally block. Finally, set loading false and reset the form. So even if it doesn't go through, we want to empty the form and close the form. Let's format this. All right, so now let's use our on submit function in our form needs undo submit on submit. All right, okay, so we have this, we have these now. Have an account sign in. So we have an account sign in, we move to the sign in page. If you have an account, we have not created our sign in page, so we already have our sign up page. Let's just copy and paste this into our sign in page. Let's create our sign in page, sign in, then page.tsx, and let's paste this. All right, so we just have to change a few things here that is different from the sign up page. In the sign in page, we do not need the full name, so all we need is the email and the password for our schema, and we just have to change a few things. Toast.success, so instead of sign up here, we're using, let's change everything to sign in. Okay, let's change the toast message, so sign in successful, welcome back. All right, thank you, welcome back. I'm always having this issue, like always, this cap lock, welcome back. All right, so okay, we just have to remove the input that takes in the full name here. Let's remove the error as well. Okay, so we have just the email and password, and this should be sign in, not sign up. Have an account, no, this should now be don't have an account. Don't have an account, then sign up. All right, so that's with our sign up page, sign in page. So if I click this, it should take me to the sign in page. In the sign in page, okay, let me change create an account. It shouldn't be create an account, it should be welcome back to your account, I guess. Welcome back. Okay, so yeah, we have our sign in page, and we also have our sign up page here as well, all set up. So let's try to test it out. We sign up as a user, and then we try to sign in. Even though I think we should create our landing page, first. Aha, we should, but yeah, let's do that once and for all. So we are using use router from Next Navigation. After the user has signed up, they verify and they are taken to the sign in page. After they are signed in, they are taken to the home page. So let's import use router from Next Navigation. So after you sign in, let me initialize the router. So const use router, because to use router, yes, the const router. All right, so after this is successful, then we'll have router.push to the home page. But on our home page, is literally an empty page. So let's work on that very quickly. What can we put here? We just put like the email of the user. Okay, let's import the stuffs we need here. We need our let's use the use state, use effects, hook. We need both here. In our home page, on a normal day, it should be like a dashboard, but let's just put this here. And we need the use router as well. We need the authentication. First is navigation, please. From Next Navigation, and then we need the auth instance from Firebase, and we need the logout function. We need the logout function from our auth.ts. We need the on auth state change too from our Firebase authentication. We need the logout function that we create. We created the logout function, remember earlier, from our services/auth, and then we need all of this card and a button from NextUI. Okay, let's get to this. This is our home, so let's create a state for the user. The user just be any, and we need the router as well. So yeah, using our use effect hook, we're able to get the user that is signed in currently. Yes, so we set that user. Let this depend on the router. Okay, so like there's a dependency in the use effect hook, but if there is no user, okay, let this be if there is user. Let's have a conditional here. If there is a current user, or if there is a user, sorry, it's user, not current user. If there is a user, then set user And if there isn't a user, then make sure the person is sent back to the sign-in page so that they can sign in. So if they are not yet authenticated, they have to sign in. If they are, then we set them as the current user. And let's create another function. Let's close this use effect. Let's create our logout function. Const logout. I do this thing every time, Jesus. Let's create an undo logout function. So if you log out, you should be taken back to the sign-in page. Aha. Let's use let me use the same card from here. We just have to remove some stuff. Okay. All right. Let's remove all of this, the entire form, the card body, and all of that. The form in the card body, we take that out. So here it should be welcome user.email. Since we are not saving our username yet, usually we probably will save our username and user details to Firebase database or wherever we are saving it from, and then we create a use user hook that gets that user detail. But for this video, we are concentrating on the authentication flow. So we have our welcome user.email, and if there's no user.email, let it just be user. All right, so that will be our head. And in the body, let's have a paragraph that says this is your dashboard, manage your account here. Okay, you can do whatever you want here. Class, let's give it some text gray. Let's give it some margin from 6. Let's give it some text center. And then afterwards, let's have a button. In a div, we have a button that says log out. The color should actually be on press, not on press. And let's just give it a size large, a size LG, not large. Variant should be, I don't know, let's just give it a color danger, please, so that it can be red or something. And I guess that's the center. Let's centralize this and let me format. All right, so let's try to sign up. You're using a component that, okay, this is supposed to be a use client, a client component. Let's declare it a client component, and this error should be gone. Okay, all right, we're back. Now we sign up. As opposed to signing in, we sign up first. Oh, there's a mistake here. There's a mistake in signing. This should actually go to, you should go to sign up, but it keeps staying on sign in. This should link to sign up. We don't have an account yet, so I am signing up. Signing up, Gbemi Solatech, and this is my email address, and my password is 12345678. This password should be hidden. Oh god, it should be hidden. Actually, it should be a type password and it should be hidden. Let's check our sign up. It should be type password. We didn't pass a type, because if we pass the type from NextUI will by default just hide it for us. And this should also be a type email. Aha. All right, let's refresh. Let's go over this again. So full name is Gbemi Solatech. All right, and our password is 12345678. Let's sign up. What's going on? Oh, we didn't get the toast notification. Why? All right, let's verify our email. All right, so we got an email directly from Firebase. You can actually customize this on your Firebase account here. You can customize your email. So follow this link to verify your email address. Let's click to verify. You can also customize this page. This is just the default page that Firebase provides. Your email has now been verified. You can sign in with your account. Let's try to sign in now. Sign in here, and then password 12345678. We have to change the password. We have to change the password in the password here is not hidden as well. Where's the password? It should be type password, type email. NextUI provides that prop that helps you declare the type of the input. and this should be type email as well. Let's go back and sign in again. No, not sign up, sign in actually. All right, let's sign in again, and our password is is hidden now. 1234567 8. Let's sign in. All right, so I'm here on my dashboard. Welcome Demilad1998. This is your dashboard. You can do whatever you want here. So if we go on our Firebase and I refresh this page, we're going to get the user detail here because I just signed up. It's going to go on the Firebase backend. So if we go to users, you can see there's a new user, which is me. I just signed up now and I'm here. So welcome, this is your dashboard. You can do whatever you want here, and you can just simply log out back and it takes you back to your sign-in page. And that's literally the simple way of implementing a simple user authentication flow with email and password with Next.js and Firebase.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and